This tweet thread makes me so happy. This woman named Nicole is retelling a story from some older ladies that she overheard. She was over there ear hustling. Nicole says she overheard an older woman telling a rapt gaggle of fellow older women, and then he said, "Will you marry me?" And I told him, "Been there, done that. Let's just leave it where it is because you know what they're looking for, someone to take care of them." And all of them laughed. Nicole continues with, "It was so healthy and wholesome. I was so proud of her. Like, yes, my queen, guard your right to not be a caregiver to some guy in your own dotage." And then she says, "Exceptional." I absolutely love this. Women are saying, get someone else to do it. And I'm about to go through some of the comments. Look at the pictures, look at the profile pictures of the women. This is happening across the board. Women are tired of being caretakers. We've already stated that a lot of women do not get remarried, and they don't get remarried for a reason. And the whole "do not become a nurse in a purse" is becoming pretty much standard language. Do not become a caretaker. Just say no to becoming a hospice care wife. Okay, Jessica says, about a year after my father died, my mother started receiving attention from men. She was late 60s. My sister and I let her know we wouldn't be hurt if she was interested. Her face, "Oh my God, no. It took me years to train your father, and he was willing to learn." Marco at the bottom says, my dad, who passed away around 8 years ago, mom, who is 84, says all the blokes that want to get involved are after a nurse and a purse. This this phenomenon, this verbiage is throughout this thread. Nicole says, "Oof, sorry for your loss and hers, and very proud of her for standing her ground when men don't spark joy." Okay. Carol says, "My girlfriend and I have agreed now that we are getting older that if our husbands die first, we're all moving in together." Nicole says, "Love this. I've already told my hubs and everyone I know that if I ever end up alone for some reason, I will not be dating men anymore. I'll be a fellow ace or, a romantic ace woman for me." Jamie says, "They want a nurse in a purse. We older gals know this. These women, this is the reason why they don't want women talking, because women are like, don't do it, girl. Do not do it." Okay. Hannah in the middle has a great comment that I want to talk about. She says, "This is great, but why do a lot of women not listen to the older ones before that point? I was never bothered about having kids, but when I saw my older colleagues struggle with their kids' illnesses, school pickups, plus work, it just looked awful. Absolutely put me off for life." The thing is, women didn't have the opportunity to really share and compare notes until recently with social media. And before that, men were the ones that were putting it out that these women are just older, they stereotyped and they pitted women against women. These days, women are sharing in all capacities across platforms, across race, across culture, across country of origin. So we see that many of the things that they're saying is just BS, and lots of women are having the same outcomes. So that's the reason why women are listening to women, and so many more women are telling their stories, and it's not being filtered through the mouths of men. Like I said, look at the profile pictures. Steffer says, "No one wants to be a nurse or a purse, but there's nothing wrong with taking care of each other in the last years of life. I hope I'm not alone." Now, the thing is, if you have grown old together, cool, take care of your partner. That's what you're supposed to do. Some of these men are looking to just get a hospice care wife because they are at the end of their life. They are sick, they haven't built relationships, and now they're just looking for someone to leech off of. So there is a difference between growing old with somebody and then preying on somebody because you have no money for a nursing home, your kids don't talk to you, and you have alienated your other relationships. So there is a clear difference. Um, Nicole says, "Completely agree. I got married super young and we're going strong almost 20 years later. I fully expect us to be changing one another's diapers." Susan says, "I think most younger women would be surprised by some of the conversations older women have. I don't think that they're going to be as surprised because we have been having these conversations in the public sphere, the virtual public sphere, for a few years now." Rewild to Save the Planet says, we know about men wanting hospice wives. No, thank you. KC, toward this other yellow says, at some point, a man is either looking for a nurse and a purse, nurse or purse. Lots of women, like I said, lots of women are saying the same things in these threads. But Nicole had never heard this phrase. She was like, this is the first time I ever heard this phrase. And I'm loving that older gals are realizing men do not always spark joy. This is where women are these days, and I love this for us. All right, let me know what you think about this. It made me smile, but I want to know what you think. Jump in the comments, let me know, like, comment, share. Another tweet thread that made me smile. Some adult children are panicking because their parents are separating, or actually, the mother is leaving. So it says, I need some advice, please. My mom is leaving my dad after 35 years of marriage. We all know he wasn't a really good husband to her, but he's changed. He's 65 years old. He can't live alone. We, the kids, don't even live in Nigeria. We have begged and begged, but she's insisting on separation. I'm so tired. Like what exactly is a 55-year-old woman going to be doing on her own? Please, every single advice I can get would be highly appreciated. So this adult child is exasperated. But think about 35 years of marriage to someone that they even describe as not a good husband. So she's been with this man since she was 20. That means that she gave up her 20s, 30s, hold on, all of her 20s, all of her 30s, all of her 40s, and then some of her 50s for this man. And she's like, no. She's like, nope, nope. I'm going to live the rest of my life in peace. The adult child is tired. But think about how tiring it is to be in a relationship like that. Now, the 65-year-old probably didn't change. He just probably didn't have the strength to be as terrible as he was before. Probably sick, probably all of those demons that have been, swirling about his body inside and out have probably worn him down a little bit. And she's just like, let me get away and enjoy the rest of my life. He was probably draining her. And she's like, no more. This is my response on the page. Ha ha ha. Mama says she's going to enjoy the rest of her days without him. And I hope more wives of terrible men leave them just like this one. If you are terrible, you don't deserve to have company. You don't deserve your relationship. And women deserve some peace too. Men are always whining about how they just want some peace when they come home. Y'all know that women want peace too. Women do not need to live in a state of constant terror from terrible men. We deserve better than that. This man says you can take the 35 years as her sacrifice in ensuring a sound future for you. Now you are independent. Her watch has ended, and she doesn't need a husband she never had. Her watch, as in like the Game of Thrones at the wall. This person says, nah, really, her watch has ended. Bros, this is not the Game of Thrones. That made me chuckle though. Sugar Belly says, I support her in leaving him after he spent 35 years ruining her life, her peace of mind, giving her anxiety, etc. Now he wants her to be his caretaker in her old age. She deserves to be free and happy without having to take care of a husband who did not treat her well. Designer girl, if he can't live alone, hire a nurse to take care of him or let him move in with you. Lori says, I advise you to stay out of your parents' marriage, which you admit was miserable for a long time. Wanderlust says, useless kids. So you want your mother to sacrifice her sanity and health for a man who mistreated her. Do you children even love your mother? See useless advice. This person says, find a way to take care of him. Take him in if possible. This person says, let the mom choose herself for once and live her best life. Sean says, leave your mother and face your father. Has he apologized to her for the things he did? What I'm loving is that many people are saying very similar things and recognizing that women do not have to put up with this BS anymore, even in other countries and cultures. And it makes me so happy. Anyways, let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. So, another tweet thread that made me smile. A mother protecting her daughter. This is Amber. She says, I just got home from the middle school because a boy pushed my daughter clear across the hallway because he was told she spread a rumor about him. She didn't. I wasn't even sure if we would press charges, but I audibly gasped when I saw the video. She never even saw him coming. She's very thin and she flew forward several feet. I am still shaking with rage. I have never been so okay with the idea of going to jail before. He tried Snapchatting her that he was sorry. I replied with, no, buddy, you don't know what it's like to be sorry yet. But you're about to find out because sometimes when you F around, you find out. Then blocked him. I will never be able to get the sight out of my mind. My daughter isn't physically injured, thank God, but it was very upsetting. But it was very upsetting for her. Please keep her in your prayers. She says, for the sake of clarity, we absolutely are pressing charges. As soon as I saw the video, I gasped and said, yes, we're pressing charges. The resource officer asked me to meet him at 9 a.m. to file the police report. I'm sorry, just to file the report. I don't know if they go to the police for middle school. She says, I just found out that he was suspended along with two guys who high fived him as my baby ran to the bathroom so she wouldn't be seen crying. Dear God, I am so disappointed in humanity today. I'm thankful that we have an amazing principal, though. Update. Met with the school resource officer today. Last night, the boy sent out snaps to another student threatening him with, you're next. So, to all the people who think he was sorry, I guess that rules that out. The ball is rolling and an investigation has started. We will meet with a juvenile law enforcement person within a week to continue with the whole thing, but all the paperwork has been filed at this point. The resource officer assured me that if we hadn't pressed charges, the school district would have. He was also sickened by the violence of the shove. Some of y'all don't seem to understand. To say he pushed her down doesn't adequately describe what happened. Last night, as I was trying to go to sleep, I saw that video play over and over again in my head. And to people saying that I threatened him with physical harm, no, I absolutely did not. My only threat was that he would be facing some serious consequences, and I plan to make good on that. I also learned that as her parents, we will be able to be heard, and that our opinion may be taken into consideration in regards to the consequences he will face. We are asking for him to have mandatory counseling. He obviously doesn't have good conflict resolution, and he needs to develop that so he doesn't end up assaulting more people. Last and final update. I took my daughter to the urgent care to make sure she didn't have whiplash or a concussion. The doctor says it's possible she might have a mild concussion yesterday, but she gave her a thorough exam to make sure she's good now. People need to understand that their terror, that the terror that some of these little boys and some of these big boys are doing will get them some consequences. They better start teaching the boys how to have some emotional intelligence, because mothers of daughters are not playing these games with these MFers anymore. They are not. And I am here for this. Protect your daughters from these menaces. That's all I got to say about that. I love what this mama is doing. And just like the mother that sent me, that personally sent me a message from New Jersey, that mother was doing the right thing. And I hope more mothers do this and speak about it in public and give other moms the go ahead, the confidence to do this. Press those charges. Take it to the fullest extent that it is possible. Make these boys have some emotional intelligence and set it up as an example for the next boy so he'll see that there will be consequences for their actions. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment,